Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. EPN would like to thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed your breakfast and ready for an interesting session. So European Professionals Network is a Brussels-based civil society established to help professionals expand personal and professional skills through seminars, conferences and workshops. Today, for this breakfast talk, EPN is glad to address the subject of team management, a concept that is increasingly gaining importance in today's companies and organizations. Setting clear objectives or motivating the members of your company can have a huge impact on the success of your business. Many companies know how crucial it is, but don't know how to achieve it. So in order to receive clear answers or obtain a clear view on how to reach collective performance, we are glad to receive Ms. Sylviane Cannio, one of the 5 Belgian Master Certified Coaches, the highest internationally recognized certification level for coaching. She started to coach executives on an individual basis in 2002 and continued coaching teams. Today she works with CEOs and other members of executive committees, mainly in larger corporations such as Danone, Chartis, Europe, Solvay, RTL Television, National Bank of Belgium and Sony. So Sylviane Cannio is also a co-owner and master trainer at Novatera Coach Training and Corporate Development, which is the product of international collaboration between coaches from 4 continents. So I will now give you the word to Ms. Cannio. We hope you will enjoy your seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this presentation. Thank you. I would like you to introduce Feryal. Can you come here one second, Feryal? Yes, I do insist. Okay, first good night then, everybody. We know Turkey pretty well, you know, so, and I introduce you to Feryal, my partner. Yeah. Let's introduce Novatera, just 1 second. And the way we function together, and the way how you function, we function as a team also. It's important for you to know that.
Yeah, I know Sylviane for 25 years already, so it gives a number on my age, okay? So we have
Mine as well.
I have been in the business of petrochemical for a decade, 2 decades, and I was in the UAE when Sylviane came and invited me to start a project with her here in Belgium. So I came back to Brussels and we have started this journey already 3 years ago. And what the gentleman was just saying about her experience for companies, we have gathered our strength to make this company grow abroad. And we had the pleasure also to meet the people of Sabanji 2 years ago already. And we were happy to discover the energy of your country, how it's growing, how it's expanding, and we would be very happy if we see this happening with you here.
Yes. You know what was funny is that when we got introduced in Sabanji 2 years ago, and they were asking European and American people to come to them to transfer technology, and I said, are you sure it is in that direction that we have to go? Because when I was in Istanbul first in the year 70s, yeah, forget my age please, but I was there in the 78, 79, you know, I was a very young girl. And then when I came back a few years ago, and I didn't recognize the city because it was growing so much, so many skyscrapers, so much business, you know. I knew to get in Kapalichati, you know, and now it's, wow, you have malls everywhere, you have business everywhere, you have cinemas, etc. I couldn't recognize the city. And I said, are you sure it is us, Europeans, who have to give you lessons? I think it's time for you to change the direction and to go back and to bring a lot of here in, because we feel the temperature in Istanbul, you know, that fuzziness of business. And in Novatera we are in Moscow also, we are in the Emirates, and we feel the business. People are working on a Sunday, people are working on weekdays as well as weekends. People don't go unemployed because you create your own business, aren't you? So it's the energy is so high, really. And I wish that you take your place in Belgium. You know, we were discussing about how to be. I was discussing with you how to be. So you are the first to create the link. And this is what we are going to speak about this morning. It's we can create a new paradigm. Why did we put the re between brackets? Because this might be new for you already. or that this might be known by you already. That's why it can be a new paradigm, where you can see something you revisit, right? So about Novatera, yes, we are training coaches in several countries, and we are coaches ourselves, and we accompany people, and it's a passion. So I suggest that in the presentation, we are interactive. Please interrupt me. Please ask your questions, right? I'm going to make you work in tables to interact with each other. Let's not make it boring, right? I have a presentation because it brings a structure, but I would like us to interchange a lot, all right? To interact. And don't wait last minute for question and answer, and challenge us, please. And Ferrial comes, takes here the floor, and when it's necessary, and I'm there. Well, okay, we are the two of us here. Thanks.
They are passionate.
Oh no, I know. All right. Can you go to next slide? Right. Okay. Let's put the context together. Right. So the context. Yes. You see. Do you think that we do the business that we were using to do it in the last century? Certainly not. If you go through history, it is clear that everything is in cycles. If you remember, well, years ago, there would be wars, there would be crisis, economic crisis, there would be transition. This is the same today as it was before. Nothing has changed. Maybe climate has changed. Next slide. Climate has changed, but also we know some crisis, and wherever you are in the history, it has been the same. Take the history before the 90s, during the 90s, now the 2000s, it will be the same. It's because we are more informed, that we have more information about what's in the world, that we have the feeling there is a crisis. There was a crisis for all the time before. People were starving, people were lacking jobs, where people were slaves centuries ago. Okay, you go in Bangladesh, you go in Pakistan, or you know, in those workshops when you make textile, this is again the same story. We just recreate, it's the wheel coming out, this is the life cycle. As soon as you understand that chaos is our routine. And if you integrate that, you can just surf on it. You can continue. People have been aggressive in all their lives. If you take, you couldn't drive in any other countries, including Belgium here. You had to take a carriage, and you would have people who would attack you on the roads a few years ago, right? It is not the case, or it can be the case today too. There is no big change. Just the technology has changed, but also the mentality. Slide. The rhythm has changed, and with the internet and the exchange of information around the world, that is the real change. That is the new thing that occurs today. That means that information is not in the hands of one person. Before we would go mechanic, do a repetitive work, and have the people who were commanding and people who were executing. Today, if you look, well, everybody can do everything because you have that transfer of information, because you have that transfer of technology. I have an idea in Japan, or I have an idea in Sao Paulo, and I share it around the world. I have an idea in Istanbul, it can be the same idea around the world. You are in a company with a lot of exchanges, there is no borders any longer. That's a paradigm. Slide. Also, in the new paradigm, you go from, yes, before. Yes, thank you. You go from everything in the past needed to be patented. It was my intellectual property. Of course, when you write a book or when you write a thesis, you want to protect your knowledge, it's clear. But with the internet, it's instantaneous. The news will spread all over the world. You just have your website, you just post something on Facebook, everybody knows it. So it's from locking information to spreading information. It's from being alone to being in a network, you see? This is when we make some group coaching, we have some world cafes, or everybody's participating on mind mapping technique. You know, everybody can just share the knowledge. That's the new paradigm. So we are from a closed world to an open world. Slide. And so another thing is that today, more and more people, including the Chinese today, understand that we have to protect the planet. Now, if you see, even in most fast emerging countries such as Brazil, India, China, they understand that if we continue taking all the sorts of, just the planet, the resource of the planet, if we continue at the same speed, we won't be able to transmit the planet in a good state to not next generation, but in 2-3 generations from now. So we have to pay extreme attention. That is now the quest for ecology, the quest for environmental protection is on air, and that's a pretty good thing. You know, in more of the countries, I have seen in Turkey a lot of photovoltaic technique coming on, a few eolian also being up. This is pretty good. It's not only the so-called developed country where you have it. You have the emerging countries. You have in Africa. You see a more quest for ecology as well. Even if the country is poor, there's a quest for ecology. The quest is how do I use a resource of the earth, and how do I'm feeling more responsible wherever you are in the planet, right? That's also part of the new paradigm. Do you agree what I'm saying so far? I see you nodding. Good. Next slide. All right. Now, in terms of human relationship, did you notice that? Of course, you have a lot of aggressivity. You have a lot of people who are under pressure. But did you notice how people can share? And there is also a quest for better life balance. There is a quest for meditation. There is a quest for quietness. Might it be through religion or not? It's not a discussion there. It's about taking good care of your body, being good care of the relationship with the people. And that's another energy. Did you notice that as well? Look at the emergence of spa. Look at the emergence of a fitness club, of people who want to take a bit more care of ourselves. But if you are working in a business today, you know the BlackBerry, you know, you have a BlackBerry on your iPhone or you have a tablet. You know, if you continue to work that way, you go burn out. And I heard that in some companies totally starting. Now some companies such as IT companies or some more companies dealing with petrochemicals are starting now preventing their managers from looking to their Blackberries on iPhone after the working hours. Why? Because if you never stop to work, you burn yourself mentally. You have to accept to have breaks. We introduced in Novaterra some seminars on mindfulness. Time magazine was speaking about mindfulness. Do you know what's mindfulness? It's to be living in the moment, in the present moment, to be in the here and now, right? It's not anticipating, it's not living in the past, it's here and now. We have nice people in this audience, in this place here. We have a nice subject. We are, look at you, we are now we are perfectly happy, aren't we? Look at you, you are perfectly happy. You are in good health. You are young, we are young, in good health, with a nice company. Aren't we perfectly happy right now? Of course, yes, we are. Right? But if we start anticipating problems, if we are living in the past, we cannot be happy. That is the sort of happiness, is to be present. And you can zip your tea, just, wow, this is a pretty good tea. That is to be in the moment, in the present moment. So you know, if you put all that together, climate change, share of information, the way people are with the others, the way you look at yourself, the way of being more in the present moment, the way to bring more serenity. Even if you have a hassle business, even if you have a tough and fast-moving business, it changes the HR management, it changes the team management. Slide. you know, today, I'm sure that you are linked with the Y generation, the new generation of the young ones who are between 20 and 30 today, but you have the Z generation, which are the ones who are born in the 2000s. You know their quest? What are they willing in life? What are they wanting in life? Happiness. Because they have seen so many of their parents dedicating their whole life to the business and being unemployed or being kicked off, sacked from their company at a certain moment. You know, we have seen that very much in the States, in Europe, that people lost their job from day one to day two. And they say, am I going to dedicate all my life to that company? What about loyalty? What is my truth, finally? Do I want to dedicate all my life to the business, or do I want to balance? And that's the trends today that you have for a better balance. I want to be a mother, I want to be a father, I want to raise a family, I want to be happy. Isn't that a good thing? It comes on top of business. Our business comes on top of the private life. Both can be perfectly well balanced. And that's a new reality in HR management. And we also, you know, lately I was in a company where you have a very high toxic manager. And I was coaching a team with a very kind manager. And his N+1 was quite toxic. And I was saying, let me call him John. Okay, John, keep on being yourself. Keep your values. Please keep your values. We'll see in the longer term who will be stronger. And the guy is really a kind person. And I heard recently that his top manager, the N+1, who is really a toxic one, will be put in another position in the company, a more ancillary position. I said, look, it's you know, we say le pot de fer contre le pot de terre, you know, the earth one versus the iron. And in fact, it was the one who was looking weak, who won the battle. Simply why? Because people are fed up of that toxicity in that company. The group will reject the toxicity. And now you have new values in companies which are more based on respect, integrity, kindness. Okay, but respect is something that you hear more and more in companies. And that's the new paradigm. So maybe you will tell me, well, back to good, authentic values. Okay, I'll take that. Or maybe these are new values for people. The problem is that in many corporations, you have the obligation to deliver results with every 3 months because you have the stock exchange. Okay? You know that in your many US multinationals or huge multinationals. And you know who are behind the stakeholders? Pension funds, banks. Okay? This is a bit unpersonal, isn't it? So, in fact, what happens is that you are working, you dedicate your life to somebody you don't know. So where do you find the meaning, the true meaning of what you're doing? Either in the activity, it could be the product. Shareholder, if it is family companies for yourself, family. But if you have a shareholder which is far away from you, or a pension fund, where do you find the meaning of what you're doing? And in fact, the meaning is the impact you can have on society. And to have your team with you, it's important for them to understand what they are doing. Lately, I was coaching a lady, and sorry for her, but she lost her sister. And she came to me, she's a top manager in a company, and she said, what for? What am I doing here? I lost my beloved sister. She is a doctor, she had at her funeral were 600 patients of her being there. I don't feel any meaning any longer in my activity. What am I doing that? I produce a product for what? Plastic for what? I say, come on. And my coaching to her was, do you realize how many people you have in your team? Well, I have about 200 people. Are you sure it's only 200 people you have? How many people for each person? Well, let's say an average of 3-4 person. One worker represents a family. Okay, so she was already calculating the impact of her job. It's not 200 people, it was 1,500 if you take account of the family at large, right? And then to her impact, you are producing plastic. Okay, what are you doing? Well, how do you use your plastic? Well, inside electric wires in the window frames, and she finds several utilizations, several applications of her product. Do you have an impact in people's life? Oh yes. And you know, step by step, we came back in giving more meaning to her work. That was her way to find, well, okay, now I can see the meaning of what I'm doing on a daily basis. Okay, my sister is with me, she's just the other side of the mirror, but you feel the person with you, of course, she's not gone forever. She's just the other side of the mirror. And can you find the other person with you and be strong together, like you were twins and doing your activity? And she was back to the activity, she was back to work with lots of motivation. You see the work? You see the coaching work? Now, if you have in your teams those new paradigms, respect, integrity, balance, gender diversity also, gender, but also in Turkey you have also a lot of people, you have lots of immigrants. I just heard that you are absorbing 1 million Syrians for the moment. Congratulations, right? Hey, come on. We claim in Belgium, 1 million people on top of your population. Chapeau. You know, it's not easy to do that. Take Jordan, I mean, all those countries in the Crescent who are, you know, a lot of migration, Europe, a lot of migration. We cannot survive together if we don't have respect for the other in the longer term. Short term, it's possible. You can treat people badly, but in the long term, it's not possible in terms of survival. All right, slide. So, how are we going to apply that? And you know, I gave that presentation, we were in the Emirates, we were in Abu Dhabi to give the same type of presentation. And you know that in Abu Dhabi, you use a lot of immigrants, so the top of the company is local, and the bottom of the company is usually coming from Pakistan, Filipino, etc., right? And I asked them the same question. I'm going to ask you that question. I'd like you to share it with your table. When you modelize, your most performing or productive manager. So if you don't work with people inside your company, just imagine, can you give me the feature of an effective and productive manager? What makes him productive? Or what makes her productive? And my question is the same. What makes you performing, productive worker? And I'd like to challenge you. I'm impatient to hear your results, what you're going to tell me, and to compare with what we heard in UAE, all right? Can you take 10 minutes to just, is my question clear? So you just take your most performing manager, and if you don't know one, you can take yourself when you are most performing, or take a member of your family, of your friends, right? Give me a few words. You take keywords. What are they doing, right? To be as much performing. Can you do that for the manager and for the worker? Let's go. And then you come and you will share the results. Let's go.
I think a productive manager should dominate certain features are compatible with this post. I mean, right people for right positions. Work is the place where he or she is the right place for right person.
I can explain like give him or her the wings to apply it to her. Sometimes they're very over controlling everything.
How about you? And the elevation. They should work.
They should know they are the slaves.
Doesn't matter. They have to work. By the way, we didn't talk about salary on the first part. That's the view. Work is to work.
It's also like manager's position to give salary rise.
No, but by saying salary, I was going to say stick and carrot. You know, sometimes carrot, sometimes sticks.
If you are a developer,
Do the job without excuses.
Feeling responsibility. That may happen when you go
For me, still working, one says, you need to dedicate a lot of time to your family, even if you work 10 hours, 11 hours a day, still, that's
What some people think they will have more time.
Hocam work-life balance var. Self-motivated, team player. Onun için çok önemli. Bizim işte önemli. Böcek olmaya gerek yok.
Geçen şey var.
Suppressing the baskılayıp yani öne geçmeye çalışıyor.
Şey geliyor böyle. Kaleci kim diyor?
Ne diyorlar? Bir deyimi var.
Our group thinks that a manager should have clear requirements on the ongoing task. Actually, the second thing we expect from manager that she should know the skills of the team members very well. The third thing, last thing, we thought that actually we are thinking that a manager should also open to other alternatives, and if needed, he should take also risk.
Okay, thank you. Teşekkür. So, yes, I come to you. Right. Who takes the mic? You. Yes.
although we said that our managers are men, but
No, you can do that very well.
okay. So I try to note down what we have already discussed. So what we said is the manager should be a motivator. It should acknowledge its workers, or how we name it. It should listen, and one of the most important asset is a delegation. So it has to know how to delegate the work and how to work efficiently. And also some other ideas, like it has to be organized, because non-organized manager can be a catastrophe for everybody. And also in decision making, it has to be effective in decision making and creative, a little bit assertive, but also adaptive, depending on the situations and so.
Thank you, teşekkür. What? I come to you, but I promised this young lady to come to her. Yes.
Well, personally, I'm thinking about my last profession, my last manager. When the workload was too high, he used to say that I'm trusting you and I believe that you can do it. I know that it's too much, but I trust you. So I think that the empathy is very important for like motivating the workers. And also communication and control skills, we thought as a group are very important. And as for the second one, for the productive worker.
Not it.
Okay.
The manager.
Okay.
Empathy.
Communication and control.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you, so I come to you. Let me move this chair. Right.
Thank you very much. My name is Özbin. Most of my friends have already known. I'm a holistic development anthropologist indeed. I'm doing similar things, and I totally agree with the friends that mentioning clarity of delegations, motivations, and so. What I would like to add, it doesn't matter how good the leader is, but harmony of the team is the most important thing. That I say, the leader, or I call it leader, not in the manager, because even the connotation of managing is a suppression for the workers.
Oh, yeah.
Leader, let's say, should be like an orchestra chief and harmony creator for the team. And the team itself is the players. Even one note is misplayed in the team or discorded, they will ruin the song whole. What we see in the management side, mostly, they speak they don't have big meetings usually. They speak the workers one by one. And unconsciously, they provoke. They say, Ali is doing you better this. And this creates jealousy. You said daily life examples. And by this jealousy, most of the workers try to mob the friends, which ruins the teamwork. That is what we see in our workplace. Then everybody must know that no one is one island.
Exactly.
It's a teamwork. So harmony is the key word over here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, so far we have primarily soft skills. Am I correct? Let's check with the last group over there. All right. Some group. Take a mic. Come on. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
I think we don't have something huge different things about the other groups. Respect is important.
Yes.
What we agreed. Justice. The manager should be just, fair to the workers, and also close relationship and sincerity with the workers. That's really important to have the effectivity and efficiency, and also professionalism. So what we want to see from the managers is to act in a very professional way. As we discussed, for example, to how can I say, to organize the meetings regularly, to have a plan, clear plan, organization. So I think things like that. So this is really important.
You see, so far, these are all elements which you don't learn at university. This is a thing you can learn through trainings, but not at university, because they teach you hard skills, unless you are in psychology, and still, right? So it's up to you to develop that. So far, if we summarize, we have, of course, professionalism, communication, openness, integrity, harmony, right?
Harmony creator.
Harmony creator, anticipator, vision. It was the vision also. See, they're the main features of a manager, right? And we are far from Fayol, Henri Fayol in 1911, who were saying planning, organizing, staffing, leading, controlling, which are the 5 major functions. We are far away from that. Because can you be a control freak and a good manager so far? And one thing I heard from you also is you made the difference between management and leadership. What is a leader? A manager is a on a day-to-day maker. He's a doer. is process-oriented. A leader has a vision, but he has charismatic features. And charismatic, where does it come? Charisma, heart, the cœur. Okay? That comes from the heart. And if you lead with but not manipulate people emotionally. We do agree with that, huh? Respect, integrity. Yeah, because people can, a bit of whining, bitching, that type of thing could be, that is an emotional hostage that you take. You take your team, you don't respect your team, in fact you manipulate. You can have positive manipulation, but you can have negative manipulation. Let's not step into that. When I read you all, I think we are all on the same wavelength so far. Okay, in terms of charismatic leadership, right? Now let's look at the features of the workers. What did you find out so far for the most productive workers? Oh, by the way, I didn't hear from you, and let me add that, sustainability. I heard life balance, you were speaking about life balance as well. If you don't have sustainability, that's why I was challenging the BlackBerry on the fact that you have been working overnight, my dear, all right, to prepare your report, which is fine. But I was asking you, how old are you? You answered me, and I said, how will you be? And you continue with that rhythm, which I congratulate you. Well, absolutely, but can you be sustainable after 25 years of career? The point is that we are all going to work until 65, maybe more than that. Be ready for the 70s. Serious? Because the age of parity, maybe not in Turkey, but in Europe, yes. Turkey continues making babies, it's a good thing. But in Belgium, in Western Europe, take the statistic in Germany, not even one child per couple. Right? This means the pyramid of ages is reversed. So who is going to pay the pension? Forget about having a pension after 60 years old. It's not possible. This is not sustainable, right? So how can we be sustainable as leaders until 70 years old? With energy, with stamina. Because that's a challenge, to have the same energy and motivation, right? So let's keep that in mind for the leaders, right? Now about the workers, what did you find out? Maybe somebody else?
Yeah.
Take that mic. Put the mic in the middle.
Yeah, we think that the worker should be self-motivated, and he or she should be a good team player, team member, yeah. And also she or he has to have a work-life balance plus responsibility.
Yes, what did you find out? You take the mic this time? You don't want to take the mic? Come on!
Yeah, we were thinking that as a product manager has to have enough skills and to have the balance between work and family life, and lastly, dedication to work, and what can be asked to see the company as his real own place, to work, how to say, quite hard.
Isn't it just something to Can you repeat the last sentence?
To see the company as his or her own place.
Okay. Shall I give a name, entrepreneurship? Or like you consider your own business?
Yeah, we can say as entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Intrapreneurship, in fact. To be the entrepreneur inside the company. Thank you. Yes? Who wants to talk here? Come on. I know that you can delegate.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I know.
It's about the productive worker. I mean, the most important for me, the workers should be responsible.
Yes.
They should show the ownership of the things that they are working. They need to be proactive, and they need to have an open communication. We call it two-way communication. And they need to know the meaning what they are doing. Of course, I call it like manager-worker relationship. One of the most important things of the workers, they should know they are part of the team, and they should know how to compensate the weakness and complement the strength of their manager. That is really important for the team harmony, like as Özbil mentioned a few minutes ago. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me move to the other table. Okay, yes, you.
She speaks in French.
She prefers English.
No, let's
Because a few minutes ago we have already mentioned a little bit about the workers. One thing we say loyalty. It's a buzzword, of course, but the team should be the team. I call not the company. When they are together at work, they have to have equal rights during discussions. But when they are out, they should just work shoulder to shoulder to protect the company. And ownership, they already said, and credibility. They should have their own credibility for the leader. And then the leader should appreciate their accountability for the company because of the mobbing matter. They should have equal decision-making rights, whatever their rank. It is hard, I know, but the politeness, respect, and so requires this.
So, you still believe in management, I guess?
No, leadership. That is why I say team.
The question
because
was the
leader. No.
leadership.
The leader is the part of the team already, harmonizing. But the mobbing is done from the workers to each other because of jealousy.
She's Turkish. I mean,
No, not the Turkish. I analyzed this in different companies. They don't put it the name of jealousy, but everybody thinks they know more than the other.
That was our discussion this morning, is that we have to pretend.
Yeah.
You know, we have to show the mechanics to. It's not for the others, it's for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to prove yourself that you are valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's especially in the 30s, 40s years, when you start your career.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that it quiets down after a while, because if you are trapped by the quest for money, then you never stop. If you have the wisdom to say, okay, I have enough, or I have an impact, then you have a chance to quiet down. Let me share what I mean, is that it doesn't mean that you don't have to have ambition, but a well-balanced ambition, okay? Not play the elbows, okay? And have a respectful ambition. And this is perfectly feasible, because we respect the other, right? Let me go, thank you, to the last tip here. Who wants to talk? Hello. Yes?
Okay. We thought that the most essential factor is that the productive worker should believe in the company he's working. And the second thing which we want to say is that earning money is not should not be the first aim for the work.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. You see, again, we have soft skills. We consider that the person is competent, so the technicalities is done. The technical side is okay. It has to do with soft skills. Now, I'm going to have 3 questions for you in terms of team management. Slide, please. Okay. Before we go into that, I would like you to make your first decisions. That is, what are you going to implement in your team? It can be with yourself if you work alone, right? You heard, we have the model of the best manager, the best leader. A few things. It can be you as a leader, or it can be you as a worker. Which are the 3 areas you decide today to improve as from now? Could you put it on the paper? In your team or for yourself? Okay, I would encourage you to take 3 decisions. Okay? As from today, I decide, what do I change? What am I changing in my leadership? Or what am I changing in my life to be more congruent with what we just found out now? It has to do with soft skills, right? I simply encourage you to make decisions how to improve your life as a manager or how to improve your life as a team member. Let's go. 3 actions. It can be in life balance, it can be in motivation, it can be in the area of respect or self-respect. It can be in the area of conducting your own project.
Every day is different. What's your function? I'm a project manager. And I'm managing different nations and languages. So I can tell them at this point, of course, everybody has its own culture. But when you have the same goal at the end, you try to work.
No, you say consensus here, so we are trying to find a consensus.
But that's about you. That's about you when you go back to your business. What are you going to implement?
Be more open to communication, let others participate.
Okay, we have a few actions here. Can you share?
Yes. Yeah, for instance, being open to communication and being open to let others participate in decision making.
Wonderful. Can you just repeat it with I?
I would like to be more.
No. Listen well to the wording. I would like. I will. The wording is so important when you are action driven. If you say I would like, it means it's still away from you, right? So what's the wording?
I will.
Yeah.
I hope to. No, I will that.
No, you don't hope. You do it.
Okay, I will do that. I will be more open to others and let them participate in the decision making.
Great.
Maybe I can add to that. I will be proactive in communication also, not waiting to the last moment.
Top notch. Here.
One good life. I will try to.
No, not try. Try, I don't take.
I will.
You know, we put €2 every time I hear the verb try. You bring €2 to the to EPN.
But now you're imposing us to do something. I mean, let us to do what we want. I mean, maybe we would like to, or we hope to do. So you're imposing now.
No. I'm not imposing. I do my best to make you understand something. I'm in quantum physics. You know the law of attraction? You attract what you project. If you project fear or if you project desire, you receive it back. If you say I would like, there is less forceful than if you say I shall. Okay? It's in terms of dynamics of action. If you say I try, it means it is at a distance. It means that you don't believe that you will succeed. But I believe that you can do it and that you will do it. That's the difference. Me, I'm a coach. That's my champion. I believe she can do it. The point is, does she believe that she can do it? And I want you to believe that you can do it, right?
So I will do my best. I will do my best to not to look at my BlackBerry during the weekend. So work balance. Yeah.
So I work on my I shall obtain a better life balance.
Yeah.
You see the wording? You hear the wording? I shall obtain a better life balance. That is dynamic. This is action driven. This is I shall try to maybe one day, because it means maybe you know my charming prince, my charming princess. This is far away from me. Hey, I can do it, and I do it. Simple.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Me, no.
No, you did. All right.
Sorry,
it's not about me, but about my manager. Next time I will tell him
mails at the weekend.
Stop the meeting at the right time and not to confuse the names of the team members all the time.
Good. Are you willing to change your manager?
Sure.
Not under your control. I don't take. You never take an objective which is not under your control. What can you change in you that will have an impact of your managers maybe change?
Open communication. If I talk to him in a correct manner, I think he will understand and he will improve himself.
So in the practice, what do you do? What will you be doing?
I will spare some time to have an informal chat with him, maybe during the lunch, and then I will tell him what can he improve and what will the effect of this improvement be.
Okay. By the way, you see what I'm doing? I'm coaching you. I'm coaching him. I'm inviting him to formulate his own objective in such a way that is under your control, it's feasible, it's smart, yeah? It's specific, measurable, but you don't change the other. You can have an action that will have an impact on the other. But that is perfectly feasible.
Yeah.
It's achievable, isn't it?
Yes, I see what you mean. Yes.
Thank you. What do you do?
I will understand better each member of group skill and give the work him or her what he can be more active.
Perfect. Thank you.
I will certainly improve. I'm dedicated to improve my time management because I have a problem there, and I believe that I can use my time more efficiently if I take some actions.
How? What action specific?
Maybe. Good question.
What can you do next week? What can you do next week?
He's buying time now.
I mean, it's more about not really about daily. On a daily basis, I should do something.
What?
For example, after work, I can sleep later and wake up earlier, maybe much earlier.
So you shrink your night?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You sleep 2-3 hours per night?
No, 7-8 hours.
You sleep 10-12 hours for the month? I don't know.
No, daily. 7-10 hours, 7-8 hours daily.
No, if I understand you well, you say I'm going to shrink my night. So how many hours are you sleeping now for the moment?
7 hours.
7 hours. If you shrink it, you have enough with 6 hours?
Yes.
With good energy? Okay.
I believe I can do it, yeah.
Without harming your health?
No. Because I heard that even 5 hours is enough for a person. 5 hours sleep is enough for a person.
I make an appointment with you in 10 years from now, all right? If you can do it, it's fantastic. I know people who can sleep for 5 hours. Okay, so you find your own rhythm. Maybe can we?
I don't mean that I will allocate all those times for professional reasons. I mean as time management to allocate to my family more time, more efficient time. I mean not only the professional reasons but also social, family, these kind of things.
You see my reaction, because if you save those hours that you give back to your business, is that really your life balance? That's one question. The second, if you do it with your family, is perfect. Is it also for you? Because your family is you, but is it for you also? Is that good qualitative hours? What is your decision? You see? So, Is there anything you can do for yourself? You see, I'm coaching. I'm showing you the type of question that the coach is asking for each of you. So I have no judgment in the way I listen. I say, but I challenge. I don't take it for granted. I push the person to go further, but with a smile, with a bit of challenge, because you are my champion, and I know you can do better. But what I'm interested in is the fact that you give attention to yourself. That is again sustainability. So, time for yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
I believe you. Good. Okay, over there. Who has an example? An action?
So, in order to reach the benchmark listed earlier, a manager or worker had to have good management skills. Time management skills, communication skills.
What about your decision?
My decision is, I think, self-criticism.
So you speak positively?
Yeah. And communication skills as well.
Let me just, so congratulations for that. But if you say I self-criticism, so that I don't critic any longer,
yeah.
Is that a positive objective? No, because you speak negatively. I don't do that any longer.
No.
If you transform your sentence, instead of criticism, what will you be doing? You understand me? If I say, I don't criticize any longer, this is a negative sentence. The sentence is negative. So what will you do instead of criticizing? You cannot have a negative objective. That's why we don't succeed in losing weight, stopping smoking, because nobody wants to stop or lose. The wording is not good, right? And I don't criticize. You know, the unconscious doesn't understand the negative form. Because your unconscious say, I shall continue criticizing. That's why I challenge you. So what do you do instead of criticizing? Is me praising people, giving positive feedback, constructive feedback? What are you doing?
Maybe constructive feedback is a better option.
You see the difference? You hear? The wording is so important. Because again, that's the law of attraction. If you stop criticizing, you stop the word criticizing is in the universe, comes back to you. If you say constructive feedback, this is what you launch, what you get back. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Thank you. You have an example and then we move to something else?
Yeah. I can say I will be more polite or to the team members.
Okay.
And I will share my, say, the work against my team members.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. That's my objective.
Congratulations. Anybody else want to share?